Folks, today is a big day, a momentous day, some would even say. Is momentous even a word? I don't really know. But we are at the point where we're gonna try and figure out how we get this shoved underneath that. Not sure how this is all gonna work yet. I had an idea in my head, but you know, me and my ideas in reality they live in very different dimensions and they don't always line up just quite right perfectly. We're still gonna try though. We do gotta do a couple things. Oh, by the way, I did knock out some fish plates on the outside of the frame and I made them big enough that they can be gussets as well. I don't know, I think they turned out all right for freehand cut. I did all four corners. Got the rear section of the frame made. I don't know if you saw that. I fish plated that as well with some more hearts. Aw, special. I added that cross member. It's just tacked in right now because I don't know for 100% sure that it needs to be there or that I'm gonna make it work there. I might need something back here, but I don't want to put any official cross members basically from there forward until I figure out how the transmission and seats and engine and all that's gonna fall into here to make sure we got room for everything that we need where we need it. So that's just tacked in. I can cut that out if I need to, or we can weld it in solid when we get to that point. Not really sure yet. I do have a lot of grinding left to do here, but to be honest, I'm kind of over grinding for a while. And I can do all that grinding with the body on. That's not gonna stop us. We just don't have time for that right now because we gotta join these two together. I'm at that stage. I got things I gotta get done and I need my damn garage. So, all that being said, we got a couple things we gotta do before we start trying to figure out how this is all gonna work because we've never put these two together. I'm not even sure my measurements were right yet. Hopefully they were. We'll see. We'll see how it all plans out. I do know that my wheels and my axles are not gonna fit back out here without some serious body modifications. So I think we're just gonna, instead of taking a bunch of small sections out and keep hacking away at small sections, we're just gonna take this big section out in one piece and then we can make it fit back if we can make it fit back. Not really sure how it's all gonna pan out yet, so I'm not gonna stress about it until we get there. So for the ease of installation, we're just gonna basically cut this all the way out here. Yep, I think so. I have to do that before I even put the axle in there because the axle's so damn big, it sticks outside the body almost damn near, kinda, sorta. What else we gotta do? What else do we gotta do? I think that's about it. Other than the fact we gotta do the Ratrod shuffle and move things around and shuffle things up and figure out how we're gonna get the frame underneath the body. I don't have a lift. I don't have a bunch of able-bodied people here to help me. So that'll be a challenge in its own right. Right now, my plan and my thinking on how we're gonna get this frame, this chassis underneath the body is we're gonna use dollies. Now with that, the issue we're gonna have is this rear end's gonna wanna droop down. There's nothing holding it up. Even if I was to put airbags in there, it's gonna wanna go down. And I think for the ease of everything, we just wanna keep her up nice and tight. So my solution for that is ratchet straps, like always. Now these ratchet straps will hold my axle up nice and tight for me and won't be an issue. It'll be securely snugged. Securely snugged. Jack stands will be out of the way. This is gonna be perfect. The handle didn't want to go where I wanted it to go. It wanted to go where it wanted to go. That's not working at all, Simon. We need to make sure we get this right because we don't want to fight with it when we're in the car. I don't know if you know this or not. There's not a whole lot of headroom in there, so the least amount of fighting with stuff I gotta do, the better. Oh, that's way better. All right, so the axle is now free hanging. Nothing holding it up except for ratchet straps. Perfect. What do we need? You guessed it. More ratchet straps. We'll just tie the front end of the frame down to the axle and we'll counterbalance it. It's fine. Should work, I hope. Not really sure. I'm not really sure if any of this is going to work. This could all be for nothing, and all my suspension components that I've done here are not going to work, and I'm really concerned about it, but I'm still doing it, so I got that going for me. Somebody might have watched my latest video about wishbones and said, oh, Simon, I've done that before. That's never going to work, and I'll be like, well, I'm committed now, or I'll be redesigning the whole front end, and, well, I don't know if I have time for that, so we're just going to stay committed until somebody tells me that absolutely will not work. I don't know why I went on that little tangent. You guys didn't need to know all that internal drama that I deal with and insecurity. Now, as long as these tacks on this cross member hold, it should be fine. There. Much gooder. I honestly don't know if I'm more excited about the body being part of the chassis or the free space I'm going to have in my garage. I genuinely don't know what I'm more excited about. Maybe I'm equally excited about both. So this should all move now. Oh yeah. She's all dollied up, wheeled up, ready to rock. So that's that all sorted out. Is it stable back here? Oh yeah, it's good enough. So the chassis is essentially ready. So that's those problems all sorted now. Now we got the other 672 issues we got to figure out. Like we got to move the motor because that's really going to be in the way. How we're going to position this so we can do this because, you know, I am literally out of room in here. And I have a lip in the concrete on the edge of the driveway. So pushing this out on the dollies would be miserable. So I'm going to try and avoid that at all costs. Or I'll be cussing at it later. Who knows? Yeah, I think next we'll get these guys cut out of here. Just gonna take the zip wheel and just and get that out of there. I'm gonna have to rebuild it anyway, so might as well just remove it and be done with it. Eliminate the problem, right? Yeah, that's how I look at it. I can always weld some of this back in if I need to weld some of it back in, but I don't know if I need to weld any of it back in or I'm just gonna reshape. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, people. I haven't got to that problem yet. Simon, focus on what you're doing. Okay. I went and put the car up on dollies, just two of them right in the center, and that's when I learned I may have screwed up. I'm gonna grab my cords here and carry around like it's a freaking IV so my camera doesn't die. But what we did, when we cut these out of here, which some of you probably saw this coming, when I cut that section out of there, we just kind of left the whole back half of the car just kind of free hanging out there and flopping around. Now I'm nervous because my thought is I'm gonna have to lift the front end to stuff the rear end of the frame through the front all the way to the back. And that is gonna require it all picking up on that back corner edge and tilting like a hinge. And I am nervous that that's just gonna go flunk and flop out and screw everything up we've done back there. Yep, definitely nervous about that. Yeah, so I don't know how we're gonna address that yet, but I'm gonna keep getting this car in position. Maybe I'll put a brace in there. I don't know what I'll do. But we're gonna have to lift the whole front of the car because that's just not nearly wide enough to fit that rear end in. I thought about putting the rear end in after it was in the car, but that just seemed like a lot more work too. So I don't know what the best way to do this is. This is just the way we're gonna do it. So I'm hoping I can get it pushed back in this corner as much as I can. I'll put my my chain hoist up on that chain that is hung from a structurally sound rafter. And we're gonna pick the front of the car up and push the frame in. I've been sitting here debating whether I'm gonna like weld the body to the frame or put body mounts in so it can be removed. And well, honestly, as much work as this is gonna be to get this frame in here the first time, I don't know that I'll ever wanna take it out again. But we'll see when we get to there. We are running into our first set of issues, not problems, just delays, things to overcome. I'm trying to have a different outlook. It's not always a problem. It's a situation we need to rectify. That's all it is. Because I got the rear end strapped up so it's easy to move around, we are now running out of clearance because I can't get the cab, or the body I should say, any higher. So I'm gonna try and release the straps and allow that to come down maybe. Worst case scenario, I suppose, I got another dolly. We can probably stick that under the rear end and sort it out that way. Hopefully, fingers crossed, not really sure if that's gonna work at all, honestly. Also, I did have to cut my crossbar out of there that I had for my body support to keep everything true in the line because, well, it ain't gonna work. It's gonna be in the damn way is what the problem is. So we just cut it out, and then the body flexed. It may have showed up on the hyperlapse, I don't know. And we'll square it up again, square it up to match the frame as best we can. And that's where we are though. This is exhilarating. I'm excited. I almost forgot to even deal with anything with the camera. Like just Simon, just get it done because you want to see what it looks like. And I'm excited. That's all there is to it. You know, if garage reorganization and shuffling was an Olympic sport, well, I wouldn't win, but I could compete probably, maybe. I'm hoping I can do this one strap at a time. Put a little slack in this guy. Lock it back in so it can't get any looser. And then release this guy. I know, it probably isn't gonna work, but we're gonna try. Oh shit. It's fine. I don't know what you're worried about. It's fine. That didn't work. Okay. Erg. I probably should have just used the jack from the get-go. I don't know what I was thinking. But we're gonna try and strap her nice and low. And hopefully that'll get us in. I know a lift in my garage is not an option, and if I had one, it'd be a real pain in the butt because I'd have to work around it all the time, but golly, situations like this, boy, it'd be nice to have one, wouldn't it? But we'll make do with what we got and how we can make do with how we got it. That didn't make sense, but you get it. Heave! Oh, no, don't go sideways. Oh, stop going sideways, I said. Huh, that didn't work on that side. We might have put ourselves in a predicament. Just force it through. Yeah, that's what I like to see. What do we do here? What's the next step? I don't know either. I'm wondering if we want the frame on the ground and then we can adjust the body to meet the frame. You know what, let's just bring the body down. I didn't have a real plan on this part. I just figured this is how I was gonna do it. Didn't know if it was gonna work. So I didn't think any farther ahead than this. I mean, this is as far as my brain went. This is what we're gonna do to get it in here. And now it's in there. I never really thought much more other than that. Okay, I only have so much brain capacity. Need to get that made back here. What were we doing? Oh, we were putting the body down. That's what we were doing. You know, actually, what do you think? Maybe? Uh-huh. Come on, you stupid brain! Work! I should prop the body up on the chassis, because the chassis is on dollies still. And then roll the thing out here so I can get all the way around it easier. Maybe that's what I should do before I get it down too far. I know it doesn't matter to you guys, but I'm just thinking out loud. Because I think with the jack, I'll be able to get the body off enough to get it back down. I know that doesn't make sense, but in my head, I know what I'm doing. Well, I think I do. Where did I put that tube? I just cut it off. Where did I put it? I just had it. I mean, how far could it have gone? I cut it out on this side. I mean, it's like 60 inches long. Oh, it's right here. It was camouflaged. Yep, I think I like this idea. Then the body will be resting on the chassis is on dollies. We can push the whole works out and then we can get the body down where it needs to be. The chassis on the ground. Oh, this is gonna work. Yep, it does. It does work. All right, just to re-clarify everything we've been doing, because I was doing a lot of mumbling and walking and thinking and talking out loud, and I don't know what actually recorded or not. But we put a bar on top of the frame, underneath the chassis. I'm sorry, on top of the chassis, underneath the body. So the body weight is on the frame right now. I did the same back here with this 1x2. Because I'm gonna have to cut this guy out to get the body even lower. And then I can wheel that out here now. I can wheel it out here. And then I got room to maneuver around the back side of it. And I'll be able to use my jack and probably just brute strength of myself to like lift it up to shuffle those pieces of steel out and get the whole thing back on the ground. Because we want the thing on the ground, I think. So we're gonna start, we'll get it pulled out here. Because we should better just roll her out now. Should just roll, oh yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to unhook the chain. Why didn't you guys remind me to unhook the hoist? That was really dumb, Simon. It was looking so good. Now it's all crooked and janky looking. That's what I do, I get so excited and so ahead of myself. Good enough for now. Now let's pull it out. That's what she said. I'm sorry, that was immature. I'm sorry. I apologize. For anybody that complains about my language and my words, I apologize. At least for now. I know I haven't got my stall opened up yet, but we're darn close, so darn close. We'll get the body squared away on it, and then we'll be able to like shift it to one side or the other, and I'll have a stall open up again so I can do other things with other cars. For anybody that's getting sick of seeing this car over and over and over. At least it's gonna look like a car again. Oh, doggy. Stay focused, Simon. You're getting a little distracted here. Maybe we just wheel it on to this side anyways. Can we do that now? Why can't we do that now? Ooh, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. Just get that back bar out of here. It's really flexing on the body. Don't like that much. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh, that's not working at all. Okay, yeah, How about a jack? Let's try a jack. More like a slacker jacker, ha ha ha. That wasn't that funny. Oh, that ain't gonna work either. Oh, I didn't think that part out. Force? How about force? I don't know what to do. I can't jack under the body because then the jack will be stuck. Maybe I should put some gloves on or I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh, oh, ow, that hurt. That was my wrist, ow, oh. Okay. Well, maybe I can get my glove off. Nope. Oh, that was pinched bad. Glad I put gloves on. Outie. Now we're hung up on these parts, which I kind of expected. I should have probably cut those first. Yep, probably should have cut those first, definitely. Where's my grinder? The tool, not the app. Woo! That was probably way too much. It is a little floppy because I took my crossbar out of there, so we'll get it all squared up as best we can and we'll get something securing it again. I'm probably gonna have to cut more out back here, but I don't really want to start cutting more back here until I get everything where it's supposed to be. So I think the next step is I'm gonna go around and take a bunch of measuring and try and get this thing squared up as much as possible. It's gonna be as square as I can get it, and it looks decent, but let's just go with what we have so far. This is looking like something, people. I mean, holy heck. Ooh, this is exciting. All right, I'm gonna get her all squared up as much as we can, and we'll see how we're sitting for fitment and wheels. And all right, we need to go over how we got here, why we got here, and what we're doing from here, I think is where we are with this. I've got the body anchored in the front with the cross brace to the front of the frame. I mean, it's just conduit and just tacked on. It's not super secure, but I'm clumsy and I need something to protect it if I bump into it, because I'm bound to trip over something and fall into it. So we're just protecting it from me, essentially, is all we're doing. We don't need things to move, and then I got to reset it all. I did the same in the back. Not sure how effective it's going to be, but I mean, it should all be one unit now, so that's hopefully okay. So back here, I got my center, and I dropped plumb bobs, and I squared it up, and everything is within a 1/16 of an inch back here. Left to right, front to back. As much as I could tell with the way I was measuring it. I mean, you got to remember, the frame's probably an 1/8 inch out of square, and the body, well, that's not factory anymore either. And it was rough. I mean, it had a rough life. But our axle is about where it's supposed to be as far as I can tell. I even went through and leveled the axle so it's at technically right height, even though the body's dropped. I figured it wouldn't make any sense to have it strapped all the way up or strapped all the way down, because the arc and the swing and it put the position in the wrong spot, so we just put it level. I dropped plumb bobs down over these two holes so I could get the exact same spot on the concrete on both sides, and then I measured it back to a known mark already. So on both sides, and we're right there. From the frame rail to the door sill on this side is a 3/4 of an inch further away than it is on the other side. And you're like thinking, probably, Simon, you got it all squared up. What's wrong? What's happening? Well, body flex, because we cut our support out of there. We got a lot of body flex. So I don't know which side needs to flex, but we're gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna figure it out somehow, and I'm gonna get it so it's equal adjacent at the very least, and we'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know which side I need to move, honestly. So I'm just gonna mess with it, see what I can figure out. I also think it might be a good idea to put our doors back on. That way, if something's a little askew, this will hopefully pull it together just a little bit, and we can make sure the door fitment doesn't change before we start welding crap to other crap. Because I feel like that's something I would screw up. Zip these doors on here real quick, which is super easy with these Clecos. God, these are a godsend. You can just see that. Flop, flop, flop. It's probably why everybody says you should be cross-bracing everything. We're learning. We're learning. Are you guys? Oh, yep. Okay. Like a glove. Are you guys following the High Class Trash Build-Off Facebook page? If not, you should be. There's some incredible builds happening out there. Like, I'm not even in the same league as some of these people that are building. It is impressive what people are doing. And that's just a portion of them. That's not even everybody yet. All right, this side's super floppy too. So putting the doors in is not gonna fix the problem. It's sure gonna help though. At least I'm telling myself that. It might not. Perfect. That one went right in right now, just like it was supposed to. Yeah, so one thing Simon didn't account for was when he put these doors back on, how the hell he's gonna get in there to make any adjustments, because it can't be done from the outside. It's gonna have to be done from the inside. You're gonna have to do some measuring and stuff. Because my big old butt ain't crawling through there, that's for darn sure. I'm an idiot, golly. Well, I didn't even register until I went to climb in there. Like, how am I gonna get in there now? That was genius, Simon. So we're just gonna take this door back off, I think is what we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna go in there and try and use those blocks and set it up. I think if they're the same length, I can jam them in with a hammer and get them spaced equally. And I think that might get us where we need to be. Not really sure, we're just guessing at this point. Trial and error, that's all we do. I need a way to affix this body to this chassis that's not gonna take me forever to do, which it probably will, because it always does for some reason. I overthink everything. But not gonna be in the way for future ways to affix the body to the chassis, because I still haven't decided if I'm gonna weld the body to the chassis or bolt the body to the chassis. I don't know these things yet. And I don't wanna put a bunch of crossbars in there that'll eventually be in the way when I start trying to put the motor and transmission in and mock all that up, because then that will be annoying because I have to cut them all back out again. So what I'm gonna do is just start cutting some outriggers, some stingers, some hunks of steel, square tubing. We're just gonna start, I'm gonna put about 3 on each side and just knock them all in there and get them knocked out real quick. Like, at least then the body is attached to the frame. Even if it's by a bunch of tacks, it's still attached. I'm not bouncing this thing down the road. It should hopefully be okay. One thing that I should do now that I've attached those outriggers, you could call them, we should make sure that door still fits, because I did get the body as square-ish as I could. All my center lines mark up all the way through on everything. It's still like anywhere from a 1/2 inch to 1/8 of an inch off somewhere, and that's probably because of flex and old bodies. But I even measured stuff from the center point of the body to standard locating holes that the factory put in, and they're not even equally distanced apart, and they should be for what I was measuring. So we're just gonna go with what we got. To the eye it looks good, so hopefully it's good enough, because I don't know what else to do. But what was I saying? Getting the door in, we should make sure that door fits. It would suck to make all these adjustments, weld things in, and then the door doesn't even go back on. Though it wouldn't surprise me. It would annoy me though. Need my door adjuster 2000 here. Beautiful. And that one was a little stiff getting in the hole. And that one went in perfect. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Hell yeah, what a productive video. Yes, yes indeed. The body is attached to the frame for the first time ever. Oh, that's exciting. That's so exciting. I think probably we're gonna end this one here, because that was an accomplishment all in itself. I'm super happy with myself on this whole deal. I gotta get my wheel well sorted out, because this needs to happen. These wheels need to get bolted on, so it's a roller. That's gonna be a project all on its own, so I think that's why we're gonna end this video here. We get that axle jacked up and make that fit, because it doesn't fit right now. And that's fine, we'll make it fit. So yeah, what do you guys think? It's actually looking like a car, almost, kind of, sort of. My daughter came home and said, "Oh, it's almost done." Yeah, it's almost done. Yeah, no. But she does like the way it's looking, so that makes me happy. Anywho's, I think that's about it. I think that's all I got to ramble about today. It's freaking hot out here. I had to shut the garage door because, well, the sun was glaring in and causing an issue for the camera, so you're welcome. But now I'm sweltering. So I'm gonna end it, go get some water, cool off a little bit, and then we'll get back at her the next time. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit that like, and as always, please subscribe. It helps the guy out. Thank you.